I've been in the music industry for 20 years. It's pretty hard to hurt my feelings at this point.
She's a pro, and it took me a little while to be a pro about it. I think initially, and there's still some like wacko theories from the beginning. I don't like, the last thing I wanted to do is screw this up. Yeah. So I'm like, in my mind is like her being so calm, cool, collected, and so just real and understanding about everything that's going on really made me grow up real fast in that aspect.
Hi besties, it's Katie Joy. Guess what? The best revenge of a year after your ex-best friend drags you that you can get after a really hard year or first 6 into a lawsuit and tabloid fodder, making your name and doing too much, and then having to deal with your few headlines for something you had nothing to do with, using best friend allegedly extorting you, threatening to release 10 years of text messages, booed at the Super Bowl, and dealing with all kinds of, unless she puts out a message to support her, getting chaos of being canceled in the world of politics is getting the best revenge because because the president doesn't think you're hot anymore. Taylor Swift now engaged to Travis Kelce. Yes, she announced, she said, your English teacher is marrying her engagement on Instagram. They did jointly. And the gym teacher, or the gym teacher is marrying the English teacher. Miss Swift is a poet that loves to write. They sort of play on the fact that write and read literature, and Mr. Kelce is I just want to point out, Travis does have a college degree. He does. He's an athletic meathead, I guess. Although, he really does. And Taylor, for her part, she has an honorary record deal when she was 15, and she didn't really need to go to college because but she never went to college because she got her first. So these two announced their engagement on Instagram, had a career, blossom, and thrive. Bananas. I don't have a direct line to Taylor's Instagram, and everyone is literally going funny, so I can only go off what the regs are saying. PR company or anyone that knows Taylor directly by Mr. Kelce this month, obviously, but they're claiming that she was proposed to cut his hair for training camp and this hair, so he had longer hair in July, and they've given a ring designed by a kindred photo. He has very short hair, but she was given a brilliant cut, which Swift shows off in a series of Lubeck of artifacts, fine jewelry. The stone is an old mine. The ring was made with an old mine photos announcing the big news. So apparently antique references, this is all according to people. The uncut diamond, a rectangle cut diamond, and with field of flowers, and she was engaged around a $50 pinstripe polo Ralph Lauren, or a 398 pinstripe heels. It's wild that like what she's altered dress, gold accessories and tan sandals. You can buy it through their affiliates. But regardless, looking at her engagement is like there, and they have a link to the dress. So yesterday it was Blake Ellender Reynolds' birthday. So anyway, there's not that many details about when this happened or what. The day after Blake's birthday, I've secretly day, and I think it's amazing that she's announcing date above Blake. But regardless, one person hoped she got engaged on Blake's birthday, just to like always have that. One who will not be in her wedding party is obviously Blake Lively, and that will not be invited to the wedding is Blake Lively, and someone in Blake's wedding was on a plantation. So, but that's okay because Taylor wasn't in Blake's wedding party. They weren't even friends when Blake and Ryan got married. And Ryan, we're going to be safe to say that Taylor and Kelce, one of them would be that socially, are not going to get married on a plantation. Neither that the wedding will not be hush-hush as secretive as Mr. Reynolds and Blake Lively, who got married and have never even ignorant to do something like that. And I'm sure, really married? Are you really married? But been shown a photograph of their wedding, which always makes me wonder, like, are you 23? And she and Kelce have been basically, the two of them started dating back in the fall of 2020, like pulled up and living together. Since it was seen publicly was, well, obviously, in a podcast. She got off the Eras tour the last time she asked, and that podcast broke all kinds of records and she spoke about getting her master's back, and she was on her soon-to-be husband's podcast. She's been baking and cooking, being a good domestic cook. She talked about all of what she's been into lately, which is honestly, and she's gotten Travis into a housewife, I guess. Very interesting about how she is into sourdough and cooking. I feel like she's liking and baking. You know, honestly, when she started talking and you just, all you want to do is cook and spend time with your boyfriend and you just want to, in that nesting mode you get into when you're in love, Travis was saying. So the internet is going bananas and living your love bubble. Kind of feel like that's what she would. No other words about the details of that. And the two of them are so happy together, and them should have are really happy and engagement. So honestly, I think the two of them for anyone that gets married or anything like that, but I think I don't even know them, and I'm not the kind of person that gets like overfilled with joy. Awesome when someone finds their person, and Travis actually, sometimes the best guys come from the Midwest, and really seems like a pretty good guy. And you know what? Swift and your Midwestern man. You know, Travis is from Ohio, so go Miss, despite the fact that today Blake is posting, well, who's not going to be invited is Blake, and today. In fact, Blake's birthday is August 25th. Wishes for her birthday. It is not her birthday. People wishing her a happy birthday on her Instagram story. And earlier today, she posted photographs of her engagement. So people are now incorrectly, and then a few hours later, Miss Swift announced to it being her birthday. But Blake was linking Blake's birthday announcements from friends. You know how I know this? Because parts of her transworn on August 25th, 1987, Whitgrave, from her deposition were unsealed, and it being on the film. But in an interview for Colleen's book, prior to agreeing with her, offered to see the script, but she said she did about the film. She said she lied in her interview, or did she lie in the deposition? But what I find, I've never heard of Colleen Hoover. So when she sat down with Mr. Babcock, Charles Babcock, most interesting is that during her deposition, who represents Judd Wallace, he asked her in practice a lot. There is a thing called libel, which is that the thousands of people who are witnessing this deposition, oral defamation or disparagement. So I'm focusing on defamation, disparagement, and then there is slander, which is in writing, that you believe that Mr. Wallace has on unwritten. Is there anything you've seen as mean things about you? Pretty simple question. Third, that is defamatory, disparaging, or start with currently sure. Answer, currently I don't read. And Blake said, that's happening currently? And they said, well, let's have knowledge, no. Who believes that Blake Lively news about me or go on social media about me? So personally, doesn't go on social media and read news about her. Of any news about her, and she has no knowledge of today. So she says she doesn't know that are defamatory of her. None. And then he said, and going backward of Jed writing any statement